FastLane is this Sunday. And with that being said, before we go into anything, we'll go over the Brie Bella Charlotte match. We already did it before. But with recently on Good Morning America today, Brie Bella announced her retirement during the summer. But people have been saying that this match with Charlotte could be a retirement match. And if you're going to do that, there are two ways you can do that. Of course, one, Charlotte retains would be obvious, and getting the Mania, that'd be probably the best option. Or you could do something that hasn't been done in a long time. In fact, the last retirement match ever won in WWE, from what I remember, was Trish Stratus winning back the Women's Championship at Unforgiven against Lita for a record-setting 7th time. Now, when that happened, there was a tournament for the title at the next night on Raw, or at least started on Raw, and then ended at another pay-per-view, probably Backlash or something like that. But with that being said, if Brie does retire before Mania and wins the belt, they should retire the Divas Championship as well and bring back the women's title. That way you have a match with Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, maybe Becky, I don't know, or something like that for the title, which would be great. But hopefully that doesn't happen, because Charlotte has held the belt for a while, since Night of Champions, and if I am not wrong, that's only a couple months. So have her hold the title for a while and then see what happens from there. Now, the bullshit part, the kickoff. Alberto Del Rio versus Kalisto. We've talked about it before for the United States Championship. It's still there. But it's 2 out of 3 falls, which is stupid. Now, I understand if Del Rio didn't understand, if he didn't know that he was going to be on the kickoff. If he got bumped out of the kickoff, he didn't know. So he had that promo on Raw, 2 out of 3 falls. They have to do it now. There's no other way around it. They have to do it, because fucking Del Rio said it on live television, so they have to fucking do it. And it's on the kickoff. To be fair, the kickoff has been great sometimes with title matches, and sometimes with a stacked card. Yeah, there's no other choice but to do that for a title. But this will be the entire kickoff pretty much. 2 out of 3 falls. If you go back in Lucha Libre, there has been great matches where it has been 2 out of 3 falls. Either it's mask versus mask, mask versus hair, hair versus hair, career versus something, title versus something. It has been going on since the beginning of Lucha Libre in Mexico, which is fucking awesome. But there's just the title on the line, nothing else, as far as we know. So hopefully Kalisto retains the title, and Kalisto keeps the title for a very long time, because I would not mind Alberto Del Rio regaining the belt, but they've been playing hot potato so many times. This feud needs to end. This is the match to do it, to make Kalisto a credible name in the United States title picture, and maybe as a future main eventer. Who knows? Before we go into the last match, there are a couple matches we do need to talk about. We'll imagine a segment, really. First off, the potential for an AJ Styles Chris Jericho match. Jericho didn't accept the challenge as of yet on Raw, but people are thinking on SmackDown he will. So as soon as spoilers come out, we'll figure out with that. But in the case that that match happens for a third time, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. First of all, people who are wondering why AJ Styles is in the WWE. They brought him in for the Rumble. And former NWA World Champion, former IWGP World Champion, X Division Champion, Tag Champion. He's done it all. So the only thing to do left is to come to the WWE. And for the most part, he has most of his intellectual properties with him. WWE doesn't own them, which is great for him. And with that being said, you can have a lot of things done for AJ here. And especially on Raw, the next night after the Rumble, he beat Chris Jericho. And Jericho beat him back on SmackDown. This is the rubber match, so you need to have that happen. But with that being said, it's kind of very simple for this to happen. AJ Styles will win the match. Jericho goes on to fucking touring with Fozzy, or whatever the fuck he does. But at the same time, you need to have someone to be that big name at WrestleMania. If they're going to fill out 100,000 seats, if they're going to even try to fill out 100,000 seats, they're going to need Jericho. They're going to need him to do something. Whether it's hosting WrestleMania, whether it's another match with AJ, who knows. But AJ probably needs to win more than Jericho on this one. And speaking of a segment, we learned that the New Day, the Tag Team Champions, will not be defending their titles. In fact, they will be on the Cutting Edge Peep Show, the second one, I believe, in history, with Edge and Christian combining their shows together. And the last time these two have had an incident was the amazing, epic trombone versus kazoo fucking battle with a kazoo and trombone. It was amazing. Hopefully that will not happen, but you never know. But I honestly see that maybe something will happen out of this. I don't know what. There's not really a prediction. It's there. It's going to be great. And Edge Christian's show is after that totally weeks of awesomeness, mind you. We're on the network after FastLane, which is great. So it's a good lead into that as well. On to the final match, which could have been the kickoff match, and which should have been the kickoff match, in my opinion. Kevin Owens, the new Intercontinental Champion, defends the title against Dolph Ziggler. In a match for the Intercontinental Championship, Owens won the belt in a historical, fatal 5-way match. I think the first time it's ever happened, to my knowledge. Beat Ambrose for the belt, and then Ambrose goes on to fucking go to Mania. Who knows? But with that being said, Owens just basically won the belt recently. So you need him to be the champion heading into Mania. Ziggler, I doubt he'll win. I mean, he jobbed out the fucking Slater. So that says about what his current status with the WWE is. But stranger things has happened before, and at FastLane, we will see what happens with that. Because it's 5 days away, and anything can happen. So if anything else happens, we'll be the first ones to let you know.